Do your best Meek Mill impression.
Get up.
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 Hey Mo, y'all gotta stop playing with Meek like that, though.
Okay. But it did sound like Meek Mill was actually one asking the question, though.
Nah, this was crazy though. Do
If
your
I was
best.
Meek, I would, and see, that's what I'm saying. How much can you play into things like?
I don't know if you could play into that one because that one is crazy.
But it's
dog.
funny though.
It's funny as hell.
Because
but
how many people, if you made that trending right now, if Meek would start posting those people doing that, you will become trending.
Well, you got a point right there. That one definitely would go crazy. If you sit here, if Meek leaned into that, I think Meek, just because let's be clear, Marcus.
If I was Meek right now, I would use that for a song.
Nah, you can't use it for a song, but you can make it a trending sound. I'm with you on making it a trending sound,
but you still can get on Meek, and then you come in and start spitting.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna just go like on some intro type stuff, cool. Yeah. Like if you about to just really just rap and go crazy, you could play it into an intro of a song. You can't turn it into a song though, but you could just play it into a whole song.
Yeah. But if I'm saying live off of it, no, it's entertainment. That's my only thing. I just kind of get mad and I kind of get frustrated with a lot of people when they just sitting there like they arguing about this shit. But it's entertainment. Like none of this shit is real life. I mean, it's real life for them or whatever they talk.
But
about,
it is still entertainment though.
But at the end of the day, it's entertainment. Just like wrestling, it's wrestling right now.
No, for sure. It definitely is entertainment and realistic. I think sometimes, of course, because some people, if you really are a fan of people, I think some people just be too sensitive and you don't know how to separate the two. But I do agree with you. If I'm Meek Mills, you can lean into that and that can become a trending sound. Excuse me. And I think that's the difference. Of course, we talk about that all the time on here, the difference between women and men when it comes to marketing and just promotion, and why women kind of have more of a free range of it because they don't put themselves in a box. And we can kind of tie that into going into the weekend. I'm sure most of y'all, if you haven't seen the fight, I would say Javante Davis, the Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. And this is the only thing that blew me about Ryan Garcia. Oh, you played so much that most people probably didn't even bet with you. Like only people who probably really bet on that fight, you are a real live gambler. Like if you betted on that Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia fight and you listen to the sound of my voice right now, I'm telling you as a friend, you do have a gambling problem because, dog, you was really risking it crazy. Because I know for a fact, and let's be clear.
But he betted on himself too. So
but listen, Marcus, he don't count because he knew he was playing crazy. But the rest of the world didn't know he was playing. Though all his interviews, it was so much stuff of him. Like, there's no way in hell this nigga really taking this fight serious. And that's why most people, and again, that's why even my homegirl, like, she didn't watch it because she felt like leading up to the fight, though he was not taking it serious. Though every interview he was playing, everything he was doing leading up to the fight, it seemed like he didn't care. He came into the fight, he was 3 pounds overweight. He didn't make weight. So even him winning that fight, he didn't get a chance to win the belt because he basically disqualified himself from winning the belt because he came in the jump overweight.
So my question to you, and I mean, sometimes you play the number games or you get into the numbers, but do you feel like even him playing on the way he played, I drew some attention to watch that fight? I not necessarily like just me talking, pound for pound, whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like I did draw people to tune in. Because I feel like, I don't even not knowing the David Haney person. I remember you told me before he got his list of women, but it's just like, he's still not an attraction. Like, oh, I'm about to watch this fight. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so okay. I listen to what I'm saying. I get what you're saying, but only reason why I'm gonna say I kind of disagree because I think for people who are really, let's say for like again, y'all know that where people who are diehard boxing fans, I think for some of them it could have turned them off a little bit. Because or even for people who may be casual boxing fans, because you feel like you wasn't going to get a good fight because he wasn't making it seem like was he entertaining people on social media? Yes, he was being very entertaining if that's what you're there for. But for boxers, you don't want to see somebody be entertaining. You want somebody to be like, you want to watch a way to me to promote a fight would be like when Mike Tyson be putting out them sparring videos, because that kind of like, this ain't Mike Tyson playing, or he ain't talking about, you watch Mike Tyson when he hitting that person he training with, it'd be like, damn, I kind of do want to see if Mike Tyson still got it in the ring. So that's the difference between somebody sitting here, you just drunk and you playing into like, no, he literally like a couple of days before the fight, he tried to sit here and say he was an LGBT person, and Devin Haney, he's what he said here and say he identified as a woman, and Devin Haney put his hands on a woman. Like he was taking it too far, dog.
But like I said, everybody try to use their tactics a different way. You don't know which way it's going to go. You're going to try to play into it. And then what's name? I think Cardell just said something. He was like, "You don't want to drain yourself," because then he fought who was the one he fought before that, and he got to start getting tired. And he was like that whole losing the weight and meeting the
he fought Tank and Tank knocked his ass out.
Yeah, right. And I think remember because he was in the fight at the beginning of the whole Tank situation, and then later on.
Yeah, I think, but
Tank
I mean, realistically, if you watch, I mean, I'm sure for most of us, we've been talking about enough Tank fights. You have at least seen 1 or 2 Tank fights recently. Tank is one of those people where he like you said, he'll wear you out and allow you just keep giving you body shots and allowing the fight to go on because he's in good shape and he's a power puncher. And the same thing, and to be honest, Ryan Garcia did it to Devin Haney this weekend. He literally, I waited until the first round he came out, he showed that he was ready. But when that got to like that, I want to say he got his first knockout. I want to say it was like the 7th round. Mm-hmm. And the later that fight got on, he was just pacing himself. He was dancing around. And Devin Haney was doing a lot of holding. But after that first time that Ryan Garcia hit him and dropped him, oh, buddy, you literally seen that Devin Haney was not ready for that. Nigga, that fight literally could have been over after the first knockout. No, because his legs I'm supposed to look like they was gone. He literally looked like he had no legs. Like he was on his walker flocker like, Mom, no hands and no legs, dog. Because I swear to God, Devin Haney, after that first time he got knocked out, the referee was literally saving him.
Did he knock Ryan down?
No, hell no.
He never knocked him
Never.
Down?
He ain't even have a clean punch on that nigga to make you be like, oh, damn, this still gonna be a decent fight. Like, no, after that first time he got knocked.
Why did it went to decision? That's why I'm.
Because, okay, let's be clear. Throughout the fight, and that's the thing I think you can see about Ryan Garcia.
The bodies.
No. What I'm saying is, Devin Haney throughout all of those rounds, he was still punching. I guess let me clear that up a little bit. He was still punching and he was still landing clean boxing punches, but realistically, he wasn't landing no power punches. His punches wasn't affecting Ryan Garcia. Like he was making good punches, but it was just like, all right, yeah, you can box, but you ain't doing nothing to really affect him. And Ryan Garcia was literally, they was doing it again, like I said, that referee, and you seen, like I'm on Twitter watching the joint and literally looking at people tweet, and everybody can sit here and say like, oh, the ref was literally like 2 of them times, like he literally knocked him down. After that first time, he literally knocked him down 2 more times. The fight should have been over. I want to say that was the 7th round. The fight should have been over in the 7th round because he knocked him down 2 times after he dropped him. He literally made him touch earth 2 more times, but the ref called it off and said those didn't count. Like he basically was saying that like Ryan Garcia, I don't even know what the ref was calling. I don't even know how they didn't count. But 2 of the other times that he knocked him down, they didn't count. So it was like literally he knocked Devin Haney down 5 times.
He was like he fell into him like
and was trying to hold him up.
Yeah.
No, Ryan, listen to what I'm saying. Ryan, whoever had the audacity to bet with Ryan Garcia, they made a lot of money. I seen people in the Insta story. I want to say I even seen our little cousin. She betted with him and she clinked up. I'm like, damn, like nigga. But she was one of the people who, if you tell her to bet and she got the money, she gonna go bet. But shout out to everybody who won with Ryan Garcia. If you placed that bet, again, you do have a gambling problem. But I'm sure you happy. You don't care about that. You came up.
You was smart.
Yeah, I'm mad. I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of jealous. I'm hating. I'm not gonna lie to you because I'm mad that I didn't bet with him because I'm one of them people. If I see a crazy enough like odds in your joint, I'm like, all right, well, cool. Even if you would have placed $1, nigga, you probably would have won at least 80. Like, nigga, the favors was not in his favor at all, dog.
Damn. Shout out.
So you could have literally played something slight and you would have definitely won some bread messing with Ryan Garcia. But dog, the cool thing is that I like about that, and I seen this dude that I follow, and I'm like, he was saying, oh, and then let's be clear, I do, because I talked about this before. I do know, that especially even in the black space, when Shakur Stevenson went in there, when he was sitting here saying what Floyd Mayweather kind of messed up with all the younger boxers coming up under him is because everybody want to go 50-0 like Floyd. Nobody wants to take an L. So that was a lot of the reasons why when Shakur Stevenson was on the Breakfast Club and he was asking him, and Charlamagne asked him like, what you think is keeping a lot of the good, like the people who are closer into that weight class, like the Shakur Stevenson versus Devin Haney's, or the Devin Haney's versus the Tank. And let's be clear, even leading up to the fight, they wasn't selling tickets. Of course, I tell y'all, I listened to Hot 97. Hot 97 was giving out tickets the whole entire week last week to the fight. Because the tickets wasn't selling. Like they was giving out tickets. And even I want to say I listened to the Breakfast Club and Jess went to the fight because DJ Envy couldn't go. He gave her tickets. So like they was giving away tickets and they was good seats. So that's my point. So the whole thing of even just with that being said, Devin
seats in a boxing match. Besides you being ringside?
Because that probably up a little bit, like not necessarily ringside, up a little. No, I'm talking about up a little bit where like let's say if you maybe like 10 rows up from the jump. I mean, it depends because if you right there next to all them Spanish niggas, they gonna stand up the whole time. So if you ain't planning to stand up, I don't necessarily know if there's any good seats at a boxing fight. I can't tell you because I've never been to a boxing match before, but I know one thing looking at, especially when those Spanish, when those Spanish niggas be fighting, all of them Spanish niggas be standing up in the whole entire time.
Yeah,
going crazy for them.
I didn't know if it was a actual good seat.
But just even with all that being said, though, is Devin Haney still is not a draw. So even that conversation, I think we was talking about that maybe 2 weeks ago when Todd was here, and we was talking about marketing, where it's like, no, he's not a draw, and that's why Tank didn't move off of the people was mad, like, damn, Tank didn't want to take the 30 million, and he was like, nah, because why? Nigga, I'm the draw. Even going back,
you got to do more work.
I got to do more numbers. Yeah, you don't get paid off of it. Yeah, and I'm not letting you do it. So, even perfect example. So, Ryan Garcia said off of this fight, he made a total of $50 million, and Devin Haney made, and that's which it was 20 more than the Tank fight. So he said he made 50 million off of that. He basically made 20 million more than what he made with Tank. But guess what? When Ryan Garcia fought Tank, Tank was still the draw. Tank in that weight class, Tank is still the biggest draw. Tank is realistically the Mayweather, the Mike Tyson of that weight class. Like, people want to see Tank, and that's why even when Devin Haney got beaten, people was like, "Oh, nigga, I hope you don't never think that you could get in the ring with Tank now," because we all watched Tank. Dog, he put Ryan Garcia to damn near to sleep. That video was circling around again, and I was watching that. I'm like, ooh, that punch looked like it hurt like shit. If you see,
that's the one we hit him with the kid. They stopped because of his kidney or something like that.
That was he did hit him in the jaw. His jaw. You talking about it was a taller Mexican dude he fought, and he hit him in his ribs and put him down. But that's what I'm saying. That power punch from Ryan, oh my god, y'all got. I'm sure if you get on any social, especially if you get on Twitter, if you get on Twitter today and you put in Tank name, you'll see that video floating around a Tank knocking Ryan Garcia out. And again, like I said, shout out to Ryan Garcia though. He literally. No, he shocked the world because nobody. I was telling you if y'all. I wish I would have looked at the odds.
I feel bad for him because even like now, you seeing those clips of him like they showing him doing the interviews how he was dancing and playing. You know what I'm saying? Like this nigga whooping your ass. Like, I would feel bad for you. Because this nigga really took that fight as a joke for real. If you saying he's talking about I'm drinking every night.
Yeah, he was saying I was drinking every night. And I came. And the crazy, you know what would make it crazier, right? So on the Breakfast Club, they interviewed Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya was the promoter of the fight. And the crazy thing is Ryan Garcia and Oscar De La Hoya had their differences because the first time Ryan Garcia, not for this fight, but maybe fight.
It was the Tank fight when he said the person in his camp was leaking the information or something like that.
Yeah, him and
I think Oscar was the one who said something about it.
Yeah, so basically Ryan Garcia and Oscar De La Hoya wasn't on the same page. But anyway, so he went up there and he did an interview. Maybe like I want to say, what was that? Maybe on Thursday or Friday. I want to say it was Thursday or Friday. I can't remember. When Envy was like, "Dog, I literally seen him in the restaurant, and I ain't want to put it on him like get on the radio station and snitch." But nigga, he was at the restaurant, looking like he was drunk. And that's why, and Envy asked Oscar De La Hoya, he was like, "Dang, should he still be out at like 11:30 at night eating a couple days at a restaurant before fighting?" And Oscar De La Hoya was like, "Nah," but hey, he proved himself, like all that, and that's why when he went on there, he was like, "No, I was drinking every day." And I even listened to Charlamagne, he was trying to give him pushback, like, "Nah, I don't believe he was doing all that." But you can still see the difference between through the fight. Like if Ryan Garcia probably really would have came in there proper weight and really was conditioned in the proper way, it wasn't drinking, it wasn't out eating at restaurants or whatever the case may be before that fight, he probably realistically could have ended that fight in the 7th round or earlier. It didn't have to go all the way to a decision because realistically, you can see he was getting gas. Like, let's be clear. Every time he was knocking Devin Haney down, he was getting frustrated because you can see it was taking all of his strength and energy out of him to knock Devin Haney out. Like, you can see him getting exhausted. He looking tired through the fight. Like, so if you actually watching the fight and you looking at the body language between the two, you can see that Devin Haney was surprised that Ryan Garcia was coming that sharp, but you can still see a lot of that time Ryan Garcia was tired through the fight as well. Because don't get it twisted, Devin Haney was holding him a lot, but Ryan Garcia also was holding Devin Haney a lot through that fight because he was just getting tired and he was just trying to weigh him down, getting tired, leaning his weight on him, and whatever the case may be. But like I said, that was a great fight. I'm sure most people didn't expect for it to be that good of a fight. You said they had what?
Any good ring girls?
They ain't had no ring girls.
That's what I don't understand, even with the sport of boxing. It's just like the whole ring girl situation, you kind of can play that. You can draw more, people to you if you have a better looking, not how it was back in the days, but just a better looking draw, of the ring girl.
I don't know how many people actually even care or pay attention to that. I feel like you pay attention.
You can get another. I'm just saying, like, I feel like you can get another audience to look at you if you just kind of use like the celebrity. Because even like I think what's they said he was mad. Who was that? 21 Savage when he called hell? Was it 21 Savage?
About what?
He went out. Who he come out with? Did he come out with somebody?
He came out with Devin Haney.
Yeah, and I think somebody because I think he was playing Future.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, but he came out.
I think they had it. He was playing Future in the locker room. I think when he was warming up or whatever before the fight.
Oh yeah, that might have been.
Maybe it was getting on him. But I'm just like sometimes like they don't feel like that can draw more people to it. for boxing. I mean, I just feel like boxing just as a whole is just like that shit is born, you know.
I mean, I guess if you're not really a boxing fan, I feel like people say that about any sport. If I'm not an actual fan of that sport, of course, I mean, that's when people throw in the word casual. It's like, all right, well, I need something to entertain me. Like, oh, I don't watch the football until the Super Bowl. Like that's for because some people may just not be a fan of football. Like, all right, I'm not, or I don't have a favorite player no more, or I don't have a favorite team. So I get it. So like, yeah, if you're not a fan of boxing, you're not gonna watch every jump. Like, I'm not about to sit here like I watch on Saturday nights. I'm wasting my time watching just some random dudes box. No, because nigga, I watch other sports. I like other sports. I'm more of a fan of other sports, but when there are big name people who do know how to gain some attention, and that's when we talk about marketing, going back to the conversation earlier, yeah, some people are a bigger draw because they know how to market itself. You know how some things you can't teach, like even for Devin Haney, and reason why he's not a draw, he just don't have that it. He tried to be too cool, almost like the Asia Wilson thing. It's like, oh, my record gonna speak for itself. I really don't have to do too much promoting. I'm just gonna come here and do what it is. Y'all just gonna buy my fights. That's not how it works, dog. You have to be entertaining. You have to be able to get the casual person to normally don't watch your fights to want to watch your fights. And Tank has that it thing. When Tank, like I said, I've been watching Tank long enough and watching his interviews long enough, I can see he's even getting better with talking on a microphone or doing interviews. He's getting more charismatic when he's doing it. And even on Twitter, though, I seen this dude, is literally this dude I follow on Instagram, and he was sitting here complaining about how people were clowning Devin Haney for losing and saying, of course, this is one of the reasons why, and that was the point I was bringing up that Shakur Stevenson's thing, when they were saying a lot of them people follow the Mayweather thing because people don't want to lose fights because people going to clown them. But dog, I was like, so I asked the dude, I'm like, dog, so you don't follow none of these boxers? Because literally on Twitter, I got smack on as soon as the fight was over. The first person to start cracking jokes and trolling was Gervonta Davis. Tank was literally on Twitter trolling Devin Haney the entire night. Dog, you told me this fight was over at like 1 something. This nigga, I didn't fall asleep because I'm watching his tweets and watching him reply to people and having it up on Devin Haney until almost like 2:30. Dog. For an hour, he literally was doing nothing but nonstop trolling. So that's my whole thing of it is, and he just know how, and again, when we talk about learning how to lean into social media and learning how to promote and market yourself, dog, some people got it, some people just don't got it. And he just one of them people who just don't got it, dog. Like, I'm sorry, like Devin Haney just don't have the it factor, and him taking that loss to Ryan Garcia ain't going to help him sell no more tickets. I hate to tell you that, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that definitely is a wrap.
Let that part load.